Hello.
Guys.
Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome. End of March. I'm Liz. This is Therese, and we're joined by our friends Ann Pinka from Politically Incorrect Knitters and Amy, pro-life knitter, also from Two Sisters and Some Yarn. Eventually, we'll get another podcast. I hope.
The podcast that never podcasts.
Yeah, but they're a good podcast. They're fun to watch.
Great
So
podcast.
you can go binge and catch up.
That's right. You can see all the times that Amy makes Denise laugh.
So you
Or-
can
or shocks
watch my
her.
progression of gaining 50 pounds and then
Oh.
and how many times I embarrass her and how many times she shows the sock the wrong way and how many times her bag matches her project.
That's every
Always.
time.
Is a
Always.
wonder at bags matching projects.
Hello, chat. Welcome, everybody.
Cat.
Thanks for joining us. End of March. Is it going in like a lion or out like a lamb, or which way?
I
Mine's
don't know.
lambish.
Ours is, if you count the wind, it's kind of lionish, but
It's pre-Passover. It's always a hot mess pre-Passover. So
No, I don't know. I mean, it could be worse. So what? I don't know what that is.
It was supposed to snow here this past weekend, but luckily it didn't. It just rained a lot. I mean, like there was a light dusting at the end after it froze over, but nothing crazy.
well, that's good because it's kind of tired of snow.
Yeah.
Tina's about to get rain
it rains
in a
butt
lamb.
off
In
this
a
morning.
it's a lion in lamb's clothing right now.
Yes.
Could
Yeah.
be. Could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. What have you guys been up to?
Oh, good.
Not making a podcast.
Besides that,
Although my lovely podcast sponsor, Tina of A Winneth Yarn and Fiber, which is the easiest pod sponsor gig ever since we never record, has a new code
Yes.
for April. And what was the code, Liz?
the book of what?
Book of what? Not the book of what? You're
Oh,
just
book
doing
of what?
it up.
Sorry. Here, put it in the chat, Amy, or can you?
I can't.
What?
Book of what? For 15% off in April. One-time use for Tina's lovely yarn. Which, ironically, I have none of next to me. I have yarn to show
Book
and
of
tell.
what?
None of it's Tina's.
I do have some show and
I'm
tell
the
of
worst
hers.
friend.
I have
a
some.
bag of it in there in my podcast bag, waiting to be recorded.
Excuse me. I got this today.
So,
It is her.
Although
Where
I
the
did
wild
just make
things
the
are.
order. Which one's that? Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
Pretty.
pretty?
mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Neil. Just watching for an hour. We'll catch up tomorrow. That's what you
Hey.
always say, and then you stay longer than we do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Save the good stuff for later when he's not listening.
And I did get the Easter yarn from Chicken Lady.
I thought about that. I want to get her the ones black
I
and
like
gold and white.
I like the small skeins.
Yeah, I do like the 50-gram skein bundle thing. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's going to be a cowl most likely. At some point, someday.
Make sure you get her
I don't know.
emails. Sign up for her emails.
Mhm.
Got an
Sign up
email
for her
today,
emails. Yeah, it was a nice email today.
which very tempted me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't right now because I allowed myself yarn purchase for my anniversary present because at this point you just buy yourself yarn present, and it was yesterday, so I bought
What
my
I do.
present. So.
Well, I did get some from a sale from somebody else. Chick That Knits had a lot of hers on sale, and I got some of her sequin yarn for
Yeah.
$8 a skein.
Wow.
Well,
So-
I want to show and
And
tell.
it's bamboo, it's alpaca bamboo nylon, I think. So
I'm gonna show and tell our local yarn shop because I took
Ooh.
off Friday because I just need to take off. You know, sometimes you just need to take off. And the two of the girls that teach classes there are friends. I'm supposed to be. I can't.
do what you got to do, Maggie. We appreciate the views.
Yeah.
Just leave it on in the background. That's
Homework.
That's
will
right.
be here.
So anyway, we have a new local yarn shop finally, which is about 30 minutes from here, so it's still not super local, which is probably a good thing. But I have
Mhm.
to drive the 30 minutes to it. So, and she has like weekly knit nights and stitch and sips and this and that. And my husband's like, yeah, you can't go every week. That's not, you cannot go every week.
Wow. I don't know how to take that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
it took me a
Liz is
second to
over.
realize what he was talking about.
He's ahead of us, so Liz is
Yeah.
still
Yeah, I know.
out. So now
Sorry.
flip your calendar from that racist magazine and switch over to the
Don't
next
forget.
Oh, yeah.
Your calendar.
Sorry.
one.
I'll have to flip myself off. That's nice.
Trust me, I'm ready to get past mine. Mine's coming up. Okay, so anyway, there are twins there, sisters, and they do some of the classes and help with the shop and stuff. And they dye yarn. They're called Drunken Sheep Yarn Co.
Oh, that's cute.
Mhm.
They don't have online yet, but they're getting there. Drunken Sheep Yarn Co. Anyway, and you know me and names of yarns, right? So this one's called It Takes a Vineyard.
Aw, that's pretty.
So, you know, I had to get that.
Mhm.
And this one was Stormy with a Chance of Butter.
Ooh.
Ooh, is that gray?
It's gray and brown and the yellows.
That's cute.
I'm not usually, I like yellows as long as they're with gray. And then she was
Mhm.
very sweet and gave me a set of her minis.
Nice.
Aw,
that I
that's
think
sweet.
she designed them to go with like a bobble kerchief pattern. I think it's like just enough to do this bobble, like the bubble sweat, not bubble, like the bubble sweater, but there's a kerchief scarf.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, so she gave me
A
that.
sweater, but small.
Yes. And then I forgot to thank Anne really majorly publicly for my Star Trek prize,
Yay!
which I got like way long ago. And I did tell her thank you, but I didn't show it off because
Well,
we never
it's a-
freaking podcast.
Well, because you, which is, no, you're totally fine. But also, like the other day, it took a while for, I was like, didn't go to my P.O. box lately and just like, oh, there's a gift. Oh, yes. So don't worry, we're all good.
That's okay. So I got some cool Mystery Mouse yarn and Energize. And some Chicken Ladies Lit Knit Long and Prosper. Which is handy because I got the DK set and made socks for my husband, and now I can make myself something with this
Nice.
one. And 2 cool little Star Trek doodads. And a
Nice.
super cool bag from Delightful Works.
Oh, yeah. She makes great bags.
Makes great bags, which I can fit all my Star Trek doodads in now. So, and has some good
Yeah.
prizes.
You'd be
Yeah,
matched with
yep.
Denise.
Emily, I've been trying to
And
plan my
also-
orange too.
Engineering notebook has graph paper.
That's my girl.
Ooh.
See?
That's my girl.
I'm here
So
for you.
that's my mini show and tell, because when we do record the podcast, it will probably be 3 hours long.
Well,
I'll be like,
because
look, Denise, what'd you get in the last one?
That's okay.
but she won't show them all. She'll just hold some aside
boy.
because
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to show this
Yeah.
one, is what she'll say. Because
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I saw this thing. It's a notebook and it says it's a book. It's like a bound book and it says Liechtenstein Maritime Law. And then when you open it up, it says there is no maritime law in Liechtenstein because it's landlocked. So basically, just rip this page out and the rest of it's a blank notebook to use.
Okay,
Yes.
that is random.
It's the funniest law book out there. So I thought that was funny.
That
Yeah.
is weird.
I had a lot of fun, just getting together the Star Trek prizes because I love the Star Trek prizes.
I
like,
bet you
looking at
did.
stuff. But I had to like physically slow my roll. I had to be like, okay, so we're just gonna do like a little bag, and stickers, and okay, the notebooks are really cool because each one was different. There's the captain's log, and then
Mhm.
the medical one, and then the engineering one. The engineering one was the only one that had graph paper. But the medical log was funny because if you flip
Cool.
it open, there's like, how to recognize space diseases. And, I think the
That's
engineering one is like, and this is how a phaser works.
Oh, awesome.
And the captain's one has like important star dates and stuff. Anyways, but yeah, I had to be like, okay, so we're not going to do the Captain Picard hoodie. and we're not going to do mugs, and we're not going to do action figures, and we're not going to do the vintage 1993 school set with the notebooks and everything. Like,
I mean, you
Are
could
any-
for
are-
you.
Are any of those things in Europe, your home, Anne?
No.
yes,
Shocking.
but you know, it's just for fun. It's just
Well, it was a kicking present. It was awesome.
oh good.
Yay.
And today's the
So-
last day to enter the Mayhem Mall, right?
As far as I know, I don't know if Joe or Morgan have extended it. So
Who knows? We
I
are
don't
not
know.
privy to that information.
And I think today was the last day for Tabitha's baby sock win, so hopefully people made baby things.
Mm,
Hope so. If not, I don't know if she's extending it. I don't remember what I thought it was through March. So
I think
I
it's
I don't remember.
because we're also doing a baby
And and we're
Yeah,
doing
y'all
baby
starting
stuff too. So
tomorrow, right?
and
yeah.
yes, starting tomorrow. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm sure you saw it in my eyes when we were announced. We're like, we're going to do a baby thing. And I'm like, okay, Tabitha's doing a baby thing, but I don't think we're overlapping. Okay.
That's
I'm like,
okay.
it
oh crap,
doesn't
is there a
matter.
third person doing a baby thing? If so, I'm sorry.
Ours is just a continuous thing. Just knit for the babies. It's a reminder and a
Yeah.
continuous thing to knit for the babies.
Yeah.
Right.
Or crochet
Yeah, I'm
for the babies, or sew
I
for the
am
babies. Or
continually begging for the baby.
I'm
yeah,
giving. We're giving you a break from begging. We'll beg for you.
yeah, I downloaded some patterns last night. I need to get to for the babies. Some little mittens and
Mhm.
for the not biting the scratching with the nails, and
Yes.
some socks. So, what's everybody working on?
My endless ridiculous project that I came up with. Let's see how I think I'm close to the ribbing. Next time I say I have a great
Oh.
idea, tell me I don't.
No, but it is a great.
How are you going to do the sleeves? Are you going to do more squares, or are you going to just knit them?
So I don't even know.
Or
if
are they
you can see it
short
all.
sleeve? It looks great.
I like it a lot.
So I think what I'm gonna do is when I get to the point of the ribbing of the bottom, which I'm getting close, I'm gonna weave in all these stupid ends and finish the neck. Take some pictures
Mhm.
because you could, in theory, just leave it a short sleeve.
Yeah.
Well, where
Takes-
you live, that makes sense.
Right,
Yeah.
but my original intention was an actual long sleeve sweater.
I know.
So I may even like make it to where like I do myself a little cheat join as you go around, so that I could just rip it out. Like be like, you can add your sleeves on and off.
Zipper. Yeah.
That's just for me. So
Mr. James is looking for help.
who is the most on the ball make along person?
You know it ain't me.
Neil, we can't
I
even
don't
remember our own
even
make-alongs, let alone
Mama
everybody
Devin is
else's.
actually quite handy with keeping up with all the make-alongs.
Yeah,
posts
she's
them in
very
her weekly
organized.
Video.
It's true.
She's super organized.
She may post ones that we're not posting or doing, or she may not know them all, but she does comment on the ones that she's participating or knows about on her podcast.
She actually keeps track of what she knits too. Like she just
Yeah.
doesn't like.
That was the whole point of her podcast to begin with. Was
Oh, I know.
she
but
wanted to get all these
you know,
whips, you know.
help a trans Black woman in need. Mama Nevin.
Mama Nevin. Which she's.
You mean you're not hinting for a spreadsheet, Neil? Really?
Is that what you're really hinting at?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are, we know who you're hinting at, and it's not Anne.
Not me.
Which is really just a form that creates a spreadsheet. So it's not even like I'm not fancy. I'm just smart and lazy.
That's a combo.
Hey, that's just being smart. So, Anne, what have you been working on lately? I know you've been doing squares.
Yes, I'm so excited. This is the last of this particular square. I am almost there. I almost have a quilt. Okay.
Woohoo!
I know y'all
Woohoo.
thought I'd never get there, but
No, I
we
believed.
knew you were going to get there
I believed because you're.
We
doing
always
it,
knew
not
you-
me.
because it's you doing it, Anne. We know you would get there.
Yes.
well, I mean, it's not like I don't have like an abandoned Quinn's quilt in a basket over there, staring at me.
But you've already made a whole one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's not-
So,
it's
So
not like-
it's the second quilt that will kill you,
Right.
even though this is also
That's okay.
a second quilt. But I have done
Very nice.
ooh.
Sylvan Leaf
Is that
shawl.
is that the Easter colorways from Chicken Lady?
It
That
is
is
the Easter
pretty.
colorways, which is very nice. So yeah, I'm now to the lace section of this.
That's pretty.
I ran out of green. So yeah, I will get that. Hopefully finish this soon.
Is that your
But yeah,
Easter
I only
shawl?
have yeah,
Is that your Easter shawl?
it is, yes.
Yeah. I started to
So-
watch a podcast the other day and I got sidetracked.
Right. I
You
think
right
so.
about where you were showing that, and then I had
But yeah, I'm excited about this. I think it's turning out really nice.
that is
Mhm.
pretty. They go really well together.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
pretty.
What was the pattern again?
Something Sylvan Leaf, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Here, I
Sorry.
will. Silver Leaf shawl
Oh, that is pretty.
by Lisa Haynes.
Mm.
Nice. Sorry, had to actually look it up on my computer.
Very nice.
So I'm excited about that one. Yeah, otherwise, still plugging away on this. And I have I have yarn all lined up for more baby socks, but
Yay!
I just and I haven't done any more.
For the babies.
For the
For the
babies.
babies.
Yeah, it was me you made the black and white ones for.
Yes.
I think they finally have all been donated.
Yay.
Those were fun. I really like making those. But yeah, I'll
Not
have
made very
to
many.
Well,
see how far our Joann's is going in
Has
price.
anybody gone lately?
Mm-mm.
no.
Because I know the website's closed down. So if you go on a website, it's not really Joann's anymore.
It's a lie.
But like, I keep wanting to go, and then I'm like, no, because I don't really need the yarn, but I wanted to see what they had in the fabric left.
Right.
No,
I
last
keep
time I went,
seeing that their
it was
discounts
all
weren't that good. So,
yeah.
Wait, what?
I keep
Mine-
seeing that their
yeah.
discounts are like 30%. Well, you know
Right.
what?
Right.
That's not,
Right. When your fabric is $13 a yard for flannel, that's not a good discount. So
No. Not at all.
ugh, sad. I got to delete my app off my phone.
Yep.
yeah.
I'm gonna delete their stupid emails too
Yeah.
Yes.
and subscribe.
Emails.
So I have a finished object.
Yay.
I finished my t-shirt sweater
That is so
type
cool.
thing. Thank you.
That's pretty.
Blocked it, but I didn't have the sleeves laid out right, so they blocked weird, so I'm gonna have to steam them flat.
Mm.
Mhm.
But
When I grow up, I want to make sweaters like Liz, and I want to make blankets like Anne.
It says the queen of blankets.
No, but
You-
she makes knit blankets.
Oh, yeah.
They are generally garter stitch blankets, though.
Then I want to learn
And
to
then-
spin like Therese and Tabitha and Neil.
Well, neither one of them know how to spin.
I know,
So-
that's why I chuckled.
And
They're going to teach each other. Yeah.
Therese
I
knows
work-
how to
I worked-
spin.
worked on my other sweater, but it's
Mhm.
just too hot right now, and it's
love
gonna
those
get hotter,
sweaters.
so I'm gonna put that aside. That's this ain't Lake Minnetonka, and I put a spell on you from Wendy's Yarn and Fiber.
That is pretty.
And then I'm working now on my shawl collar hoodie.
That's
And the
cool.
blue is Tina's. It's unhinged. And then the other color is Phil and Mary from Fiber Genie. And then this is the back. So I have to finish the body and do the hood. And then do all the edging. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. What you been doing, Therese?
Watching baseball.
Watching baseball. Yes. Well, Well, I kind of had like decision paralysis. Like I couldn't decide what to do after I finished my breathing space. So I started a shawl in some of Tina's yarn, but it's over there because I went, ooh. So, okay. So here's what happened. I didn't talk about this last week. So Liz doesn't know this update. She knows half the story. Here's the rest of the story, Liz. So
I'm
years
listening.
ago, I bought this yarn from a thrift store. 14 balls of it. It's that,
Yes.
hold on. Classic Elite Classic Silk. It's discontinued now. It's cotton silk nylon. Well, I got it home. Didn't notice it in the store. I got it home and it reeked. It smelled like
Ooh.
wet dog. I think it's the silk part. Wet dog. So I skeined it all up, washed it. Still smelled like dog. Put it outside in the sunlight, blah, blah, blah. Still stunk. Threw it in a bag, put it in a corner. Well, at some point recently, not recently, but recently, I started a cardigan in it. And I found it the other day and I was like, I smelled it. Doesn't stink. Doesn't smell like anything. I don't know what happened in the time it was in the bag, but it just suddenly decided to not smell anymore.
Well, if it smells again, put it in a bag with charcoal.
Yeah, well, that's what I
yeah.
put it away until I could get some charcoal.
Did the bag smell when you maybe the bag absorbed it?
Maybe, I don't know, but it's fine. Doesn't smell like anything. But then I hadn't written down, or I couldn't find where I'd written down what cardigan I was doing. So I tore up the house looking for the book that maybe I wrote it in. I looked through my Knit Companion, couldn't find it. Went through Ravelry, my library, because I knew it was in my library. And I did all the filters and everything and got it down. And I think it's the Effortless Cardigan. So that's what I've decided it is. And I have picked it up and I am working on it. It's going to be the Effortless Cardigan because it's just basic raglan shaping, Yeah. So that's what I've been working on is my, don't drop stitches, please. So I'm like 6 rows away from splitting.
Nice.
So that's what I've been working on. It's a nice, it's cotton and silk. So it'll be nice for summer to, not daytime summer, but nighttime summer maybe.
Was that a nifty stitch topper you had on there, Therese?
It is. Making America great again.
If anyone would like those, please go to Pro Life Knitter.
Yes, go
in my
to
Instagram.
and go get you some.
Which is it? The one by Zabeth or Hannah Fedig?
No, it's the one. It's on Line Brand site.
Okay.
It's just your basic. It actually looks like Nini McPurley's Potomac. It's just a basic.
You sure that's not it? Because I thought you started the Potomac.
No, I already did a Potomac.
Oh, that's right. You finished it.
Yeah, I finished that, and I don't think that I was like, oh, let me do another one of those. I don't know. It is what it is now. I've decided.
So this is the one you're doing then.
Yes.
Oh, it went away.
You gotta serve.
Sorry, Lion Brand wants to.
They're a pain in the ass.
A Line Brand note.
Yeah, it's just a cardigan with the band and the pocket. It's just a basic cardigan. So that's what I'm working on.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you figured it out.
Yeah.
Or made it happen.
I didn't. I made myself.
Or made it work.
I mean, basically, all you need is to know where to split for the sleeves, and you can figure out the rest. I mean, just knit the sleeves how it fits for your arms, and yeah.
I mean, I know how to do a raglan. I just wanted the numbers. What's that? We have a hole.
I don't like when she's.
It's never good when I say
Remain calm. We have a hole.
Maybe no. It's fine. It's not a drop stitch. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fabric. The yarn calls for a 6, and for some reason I'm doing these on 8. So it's a little loosey goosey, but that's okay because it's not a winter cardigan.
Right.
Right.
So I don't care. I mean, the fact that I don't remember casting it on and knitting this much of it, I can't get too excited about what I'm doing.
You know, you probably could have just asked Joe. I'm sure she has a note of it somewhere when you started it.
It's in that little black pouch of hers.
Yeah, Joe, I need all my grievances in the first hour or so.
No, she remembers what things we work on, though.
Right,
She
but
does.
since I can actually probably show up Friday for a little bit because since that's later, but it's gonna be like right when y'all start, pretty much. So I'm gonna need you to get my grievances out
Okay.
first.
Well, you and Neil were fighting to have the most, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but
I wanted a whole page,
Okay.
but then I was gone for a bit, so I lost my edge.
Oh no.
he wasn't so bad while you were gone.
Yeah, he's
So-
been pretty behaving himself, sort of.
Is
He's
he?
been
Is he
quiet.
really?
Sort of.
Which, by the way, speaking of misbehaving men, I would like to again apologize. I know I posted it on Instagram. If any of you were followed by a strange man who was very, very obsessed with foreskins, I apologize.
And
I
it
am
took
sorry.
26 minutes.
I'm sorry if he messaged you. I'm sorry if he made comments. Please block him.
Was it
Unless you like that kind of thing, in which case
Unless
we
you
don't want
like
to
that
know.
kind of thing. I'm
He
not saying-
has a preoccupation.
you believe what you want to believe, boo, about foreskins, but
Oh, that's the book of what?
the holy book of the foreskin, yes.
Right, but the whole book of what? Is that her code? Is that what that's
Yeah.
about?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now I get it.
Is the Great Joe Judgment this Friday? Yes.
Yes.
You're driving. Oh yeah, well,
2
of course you have to
hours.
stay.
Oh my
You have to.
God.
Of course, you have to stay overnight if you're driving 2 hours.
Pack a
You can turn
trunk.
it on and listen. Just listen while you drive. 'Cause that's half the time I'm listening. And Joe's like, look. I'm like, I'm freaking driving, Joe. I can't look.
Look.
But it doesn't stop either one of you from talking back to the other, though. That's the joy of it.
It's what we do.
So
So I
I'm
do
excited
deeply
'cause-
apologize if anybody who follows my pro-life knitter account had a very strange person follow them and make comments. I apologize. I blocked him, so I can't see anything. So I apologize.
he says he'll crash.
Don't do it.
Don't crash.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
No,
Yeah,
no
that
crash.
means don't knit and drive either, Neil.
Where are you going, Neil?
That's
2 whole hours. He's gonna have to stay overnight. Oh my goodness, he'll be exhausted.
He might have to take a vacation from his vacation. If 2 hours away is a vacation.
I do
Well-
have a random thought. Okay, in question.
Shocking.
Has anybody ever taken an Amtrak train ride?
not in decades.
Is it miserable? Or is it
It's
fun?
long.
It's long. I mean, I haven't taken one since the 80s, so I couldn't
Well,
tell you anymore.
I don't mean far, because apparently they're adding a rail, because we have one in our town, but it goes. Hold on.
Please hold.
Men. Husband.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, sorry, husband. Okay, so we have one, and it just makes like a random little. I don't remember where it goes. It doesn't go far. So they're touting this big new thing that now they're going to have one that goes from here to like Mobile and parts of Florida. And I'm like, that might be like kind of cool to like hop on the train, knit,
It's
read.
nice because you don't have to drive.
right,
You can have an adult beverage and
and like
do what you want.
I just like to go meet some friends or whatever.
Short
and,
ones.
'cause-
Short ones are good. I've done. And
Yeah,
I said long because I used to go from Vermont, top of Vermont, to Baltimore. That's
Oh,
overnight,
that's long.
and it's
Oh,
long.
no.
And,
yeah,
and
I'm just
especially
thinking
when
like
you have kids with you. Ugh.
from here
I-
to like Alabama-ish area, Florida area.
Oh, I've also done
What?
from Delaware to Baltimore, and that's a breeze. And that one's
Kat
fun.
says-
'Cause it's not long.
Yeah. Kat says there's LA to NOLA on Amtrak.
Ugh.
Yes, there are multiple ones, but this one is the first one that goes to like the Florida
Yeah, I
area.
mean, I probably last time I went was in the 90s, and it was fine. I mean, it's nice as long as it's not super crowded. And
Yeah. I
know.
mean, I have been on it like one time. We took a field trip with kids to like the neighboring town, and all the preschoolers, and you get on the train, and we go see the train station, and we went to a bakery, and then we went home. Like, that's it.
Just
There
bring
are
your
no
earbuds
cart.
and
There,
knitting. Yeah.
there's no cart coming with all the treats like on Harry Potter.
No.
Oh, man.
Sadly,
Lame.
Doggone.
But they do have a bar car.
Can I
yes, they do.
BYOB?
And a lot.
Can I BYOB
I don't know.
with my knitting?
What?
BYOB.
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
You can bring food. You can. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I should just
don't
book
care.
myself an Amtrak train ride and
Mhm.
get on it and ride till I finish writing the next Who Done It, and I can't come home until I write.
Oh no, I'm trapped in Florida.
Oh
Oh no.
Oh.
Maybe that should be Neil's thing when he comes to the U.S. is ride the train around the country.
Train,
That
yeah.
would be cool.
Then he doesn't have to worry about driving, and he can just
No,
get the
and-
overnight train, so he can just stay in the train overnight in between
Mhm.
different locations.
Yeah, but then when he gets to place, we'll take him where he needs to go.
Well, yeah,
You
of
know.
course,
Yeah.
but then he
So if
doesn't
he
have to
needs-
worry about a rental car.
Right. So if he needs to get to the next station, we'll take him to the next station. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's,
Then he could vlog it all, and it could be like a
ooh.
travel vlog. It'd be like interviewing people.
Good.
Did you know you're sitting next to a racist? How do you feel about that?
Literally, Nittler sees America.
Felon, you're sitting next to it. Literally. Hitler.
What do you mean I can't have a drink?
Literally.
I'm literally Nittler. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I don't think they have a gold throne.
Mm-mm.
Amy, Tina's making plans with you.
Ooh,
She'll meet you in Florida and plan the yarn for the whodunit.
yeah. My life goal is to get on a plane or a train and visit all my friends because my husband will not fly places, so I'm just gonna have to leave him behind. So
That's invisible.
but
Well, if you come see me, do it like in the summer, and then you won't feel homesick.
yeah, we'll have swamp ass together.
Right.
We are gonna plan around a John Mayer concert. Mark my words, we're gonna
Yes,
figure that out.
Man.
I don't care how we have to figure that out.
Huh.
Speaking of, I got you something. It's coming in the mail.
Ooh, you got me John Mayer. Yay.
I got you something. I wish we
Maggie's
could
got a
That
question.
wasn't dirty. That was just, I want him to sit here and talk to me and play music.
Really off topic, but I'm a right-handed crocheter and I'm trying to teach my left-handed sister. So I'm trying to learn how to crochet left-handed, and it's going quite well.
Good.
Nice.
I'm ambidextrous. Oh, that's
Oh.
cool. I learned from a left-handed crocheter, and I'm a right-handed crocheter, and my grandmother sat opposite me
Oh,
so that I could learn.
Yeah. My Denise is left-handed, but she crochets and knits right-handed.
huh. That's cool.
But-
So,
So I'm trying to figure, thinking of all the things Neil needs to take with him on his journey, for 2 hours on Friday.
Oh my God, it needs books. Oh wait, he's driving.
it's driving.
Driving. Oh, well, he definitely needs podcasts to listen to.
His
Snacks.
pajamas, his pillow, his teddy
He needs
bear.
the emergency pee bottle. It's 2 hours. It's a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure I've said this before, but when I was visiting with people in New Zealand, and they're like, "Oh man, it was actually a 2-hour drive," and they did actually stop at a gas station in the middle for to stretch your legs and to get coffees and everything because it is a really long drive. I'm like, what?
Well, I have to do
I
that
can-
sometimes now because sometimes you can't hold it as long as you used to. But
No, and yeah, and when you have kids, it's something you
Oh,
do too,
God.
because sometimes they need to get out before your sanity
Right.
goes.
yeah. But generally, no. Like it takes from here to where we go to Alabama and Orange Beach. It's a 3-hour drive. Now we do usually stop at Buc-ee's if we stop, but go by Buc-ee's because one must
That's-
just stop at Buc-ee's. You
yeah.
just
I mean,
have
that's
to.
the destination itself.
So,
Right.
Well, I was going to say, isn't that like part of the whole thing?
that is part
Right.
of the trip, and it is the cleanest restaurant you will ever find. So,
Mhm.
and we're actually getting a Buc-ee's in Mississippi, which is only going to be like 30 minutes away, give or take.
Wow.
So I might take myself a little road trips to Buc-ee's.
You're like, today it's been too much. I'm going to Buc-ee's now.
Buc-ee's.
I'm out of here.
My kid went to Florida over the weekend, and I would look at where they stopped. Like, yep, stop to Buc-ee's. I told him, I said, you stopped to Buc-ee's
Well-
twice, and you didn't give me nothing. He's like,
Right?
I got fudge. You can have some. I'm like,
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
yeah.
Well, next year, my in-laws are taking all their adult children on an Alaska cruise.
I'm so
So
jealous.
we just have to get to Vancouver. So
Mm.
Cool.
just I think we may drive because my husband used to be a truck driver, so that's not that long a drive for him. And then we can stop and see people along the way.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
that's like that's like
Yeah.
not just Tabitha necessarily. I mean, who
Mhm.
knows? But she's one of them, and But Neil, that's like a
Something.
1,200. That's like a 1,200-mile drive each way,
Mm.
Yeah. That's
which
a
is
lot.
like,
Mhm.
well, he would probably do it in 2 days or 1 day, depends. Probably two days.
I used to be able to handle the long drives. I have a hard time now. So
Well, he's on the oxygen sometimes, and he's got
Right.
the BPAP machine and stuff, and trying to get all that stuff on the plane is a pain.
Yeah.
yeah. True.
So, because then they have to take apart your equipment and make sure it is what it is and not
Right,
smuggling something.
True.
And it's just easier to just drive. And we like to drive, and I've always wanted to drive through the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you'll get a lot of knitting done.
Yeah. And, and if things are different by then, I figure either, the trade stuff's normalized or it hasn't, and they'll just be happy in Canada for the tourists. So, either way, it's all good. So, because my mother-in-law was worried about that. My husband's like, yes, but we're tourists. We're not tariffs. We're people.
Right.
So, that's not affected. But I guess a lot of snowbirds are not going down south this year.
Mm.
Well, guess what? That hurts their airlines. That hurts
Yep.
their economy too. So, just stop.
Oh, I know.
Dumb.
So,
Reciprocal. Can you repeat it, kids?
Yeah, I'm really waiting to see what happens when it goes
Reciprocal.
in.
oh, Travelori said there's a lady with a Buc-ee's blanket on the ship.
Meh.
Eh,
I love me some Buc-ee's. I just wish they had more food I could eat. I can't eat most of the food. It's all either gluten or pork or
Mhm.
something. Everybody's getting their brisket, and I'm like, here's my fruit salad.
I saw a guy and his wife were doing a video, and they were explaining how it's like better than going to Disney because it's
Nah,
like
I wouldn't put it that
they're
way.
like it's an amusement park without the rides, but it has the food
It's a
Right.
gift shop
It's just
without
the
the
gift shop.
and the gift
yeah.
shop and the gift shop.
Right.
They said, and the gift shop's cheaper than the one at Disney.
Oh,
True,
absolutely.
true, absolutely.
He goes, and when your kids are little, they think Buc-ee's is a big famous character too. So
That's
they
true.
just, they
That's true.
He is.
just say,
isn't he?
you just tell him he's friends with the mouse. It's
There's
okay.
a statue outside. That means he's important. Okay, so
I took a
They
picture with Bucky's statue. I was like, come on.
Why wouldn't
Ha
you?
ha, Neil. No, it's not because she gets beef bacon. So there.
What now?
what about
He said your bacon sandwich is your kryptonite, and I said no
Oh.
because you get beef bacon.
Mhm.
When I can find it, otherwise I usually get turkey bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah, they have Buc-ee's privilege.
Buc-ee's
We don't
perfect.
have one here either, Tina.
We don't have Buc-ee's here.
No.
Actually, if I could have like one thing up north, I don't think I'd choose Bucky's. I'd choose Waffle House.
Waffle House. Mhm.
That
Oh,
I
Waffle
know. I
House.
saw a
The
map the other
pecan
day.
waffles. Oh.
I was like, y'all don't have Waffle Houses. I was like, how do you know when
I
the
know.
storm's coming?
Mhm.
I know.
No, we don't. We just we have kind of crappy local diners. I'm like, we need some Waffle Houses.
Yes.
Yeah, man,
Well,
the
if
best
the-
brawls, the best
if
fights
the-
are at Waffle House.
If the Waffle House closes,
It's time
it's
to
too
go.
late to get out of town.
It's too late to
It's
get out
too,
of the
it's
Waffle
too
House.
late to get out of town. You just have to
You
hunker down and pray.
There is not. There, I
There's,
mean,
there's
Waffle House
Ben.
at 2 a.m. trumps Taco Bell drunk food at 2 a.m. Like,
Oh,
it
God,
is-
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
whole.
For sure.
Yeah.
You don't have Walmart in New York City?
Well,
What?
That's terrible.
New York City.
well, how would you put Walmart in New York City?
Yeah.
Well, not everywhere, but I'm sure there's one somewhere, isn't there? That would be weird.
Well, it can't be. I don't think
Can't be
there's
the
one
city.
on Manhattan.
Yeah.
Room.
Probably, I guess.
Even a neighborhood market, they probably couldn't fit.
Right.
So. They have little grocery stores and bodegas and stuff.
Yeah, all the little bodegas on the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, they blocked it. It was probably AOC.
Now I wonder if it's up north in New York. I wonder if DK has Walmart.
I don't know.
I don't
I know
know.
they were trying to block it when I lived in Vermont. They were trying to block it for years and years, and they finally got it through.
She said there's one on Long Island, though, so that's good.
Oh,
Yeah. I didn't think there'd be one in Manhattan. There's no room.
So you can buy the
sometimes you
things
just-
to make Long Island iced tea affordably. On Long
sometimes
Island. It's the only way to get it affordably on Long Island.
you just got to go to the Walmarts. It's just sometimes.
Sometimes you got to.
I hate going to
Yeah.
the Walmarts now because they're all freaking self checkout and they're more expensive
I
than
know.
the small grocery stores. But
And they're just the.
Last time I went with my son, he's like, "Mom, this is like the scariest place. The people that come to Walmart, because those are the people that you watch on those court cams where they're
Are
all being
people at
arrested for
Walmart."
shoplifting." and stuff.
People at Walmart. Yep.
I remember in Norfolk, Virginia, that was the scariest Walmart I've ever been in. I'm like, what is going on?
The scariest one I went to was outside of Wilmington, Delaware. It was so bad. Like the kids were riding the bikes and the scooters around in the store. And then
my.
the teenage kids were in the perfume aisle spraying each other with the perfume, having perfume fights. It was awful.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
the scariest one.
We had one when we drove cross country. It was somewhere in Alabama, I think. I'm not sure, or Arkansas. It just was not in a good area, and it was dirty and not
Right.
normal.
Yeah, the one in Norfolk, there was like broken open things in the toy aisles. And the electronics section was sectioned off with the shelves, so there was only a small way in or out.
Oh,
And there was
Yeah.
actually a security guy on patrol in the store, and also people would come up to you and hassle you for money in the store.
Yeah,
That's how the
Didn't know
Delaware one was.
Norfolk was so a criminal hotbed.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's scary.
It is Norfolk, the armpit of the Navy.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
True.
true.
Good.
I do like the videos though, because they have the best camera systems, and these people who shoplift and then they pull them up,
Yeah.
and they're like, you can see them on the camera putting the thing in their pocket, and they're like, I didn't do that.
Mhm.
We have video. I don't care. I didn't do that. Ma'am, we have you on video doing that, but I didn't. Okay.
Or you got the people fighting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
we've had that around.
I mean, I'm just
When we
always
moved
amused
to
by
where
what
we are
people
now,
will wear to Walmart. Like
Oh
I
my
will
God,
go
that-
out looking. I'll go out looking like a troll. Like I'm not gonna lie, but I will still
You're
not go out
wearing
in pajamas.
clothes.
I'm still
my
not gonna
son
go out in
laughed.
pajamas.
because where we live now is closer to the military base, the Air Force base, so it's a different Walmart than the Walmarts we're used to. And when we first moved here, my son goes, "Why is there a wig store in Walmart, Mom?" Like it's just, I guess they have business for it, sweetie. I don't know. He goes, "But there should
Ours
be a
has
nail salon."
Ours
I'm like,
has
"No,
nail
there's a wig
salon.
store."
Ours always
Ours
have
has a
nail
wig
salons.
store. Well, yeah, no.
And like the money, like not the little. Sometimes there's a little bank, but they always have a nail
Yeah.
salon.
Oh yeah.
Ours generally have a hair place that
Mhm.
may do nails, but
Yeah,
not
no, they have a
nails.
separate, their own little
They're
Walmart
separate.
hair place,
Y-
but they have
Yeah,
they always have nail place because we have a really huge Vietnamese population down here, so they
Uh-huh.
always have nail place.
we have those all over, like in every little shopping center.
Yeah,
But the Walmart hair place, I've gotten good haircuts at.
and then we had
the one
Target
by me.
forever, and then they closed it down, and I was like, doggone it, that was like the bougie Walmart.
We've had a couple Targets close.
I actually
Just
remember
'cause
when
of
they
the
first opened,
The location.
and I was first in it. Like, and it was open for a long time. So this was like 15 years ago. My
Right.
kids were little because they learned to not come ask for toys unless it had the red Target clearance sticker on it. But
Right.
this one lady was actually like on the phone in the shoes or something. She's like, "Yeah, I'm at Target," and I
Oh,
had to like stop and look at her. I'm like, she was serious. Like she really was calling it Target.
oh boy.
And I was just like, dude, it's got a bullseye on the logo. Like it's a
I was
Target.
going to Target back in very early 80s because we lived in Minneapolis and that's where it
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
So and people had no idea what Target was. And I'm like, it's a really cool store.
Yeah. I've seen videos of like when it first opened in like the 90s or whatever in certain areas, and you're like, man, you look at it and you're like, dog, come on, those were the days.
And then you have the 2-story ones. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see those on the videos.
You got to put your buggy on the little
Hmm.
belt and let it go up.
We have one, but it's like over by the other side of the parish where the yarn store is. So I'm really not allowed to go over there. My husband was so happy when it closed.
Oh.
Because we on the post side of the parish, so we don't get the Whole Foods, we don't get the Target.
We have a little shopping center not far from us that has In-N-Out, which we go to, and they also have Popeyes.
Yeah.
And then right down through the parking lot is Raising Cane's, which is chicken. And now across the street, they're building Chick-fil-A.
So you got
So,
white chicken, and black chicken.
Well, right by the Chick-fil-A is the dispensary. And then right behind the dispensary is Denny's. Because,
Denny's are always sketch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. My son hates Denny's, and he and his friends would go and they'd play board games because Denny's wouldn't kick him out.
Hey, Neil didn't go get his Popeyes
here.
yet.
He did not.
Neil did not go get his Popeyes yet.
Yeah, Neil. What's up with that?
What's up with that, bro?
Body.
Therese,
Long
you were gonna say
Island.
something? Sorry.
No, I was just going to say and I don't mean me in my little area, but down there, all the chicken places, all of them. Except for Bojangles, which, because I like Bojangles. But yeah, they have all of them. And then they have the fish and chicken fry places.
Oh, like Long John Silver or whatever?
No. You go in. They're not chained. They're like local chains, I guess.
Oh.
And you go and you pick out fish and chicken, and they'll fry it for you.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's not in good areas. So.
Well, none of the good places are.
That's true.
The best food you eat is gonna be a little scary to get to, and
but there's scary, and then there's scary.
Yeah.
Some of the Mexican places here are a little sus. Little literal hole in the wall.
Yeah.
One table with one chair seating, and but the food's good. So, oops, there goes my yarn winder.
No.
It's okay. It's broken, so it's good. I don't care if it fell.
Oh.
But yeah, not my winder, my Swift. The ball bearings in the bottom are seized up. I have to take it apart and figure it out. So I had to pull out my old plastic umbrella Swift that's 8 years old, but it still kind of works. So,
I had to replace my ball winder this week. So sad. Something happened and yarn was caught around the gears.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay. Price of yarn, price of ball winder. Break the ball winder.
Yeah, no, I had that happen in my old one, but the one I have now, the plastic covers the gears, so it can't get caught. Because I learned that the hard way.
Yep.
Adam, we don't do beans on toast here. You got to do that on Neil's podcast.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. We don't do that.
Baked beans are only for barbecue.
They go next to your potato salad and your barbecue
corn on the cob
and your corn
and barbecue meat.
Yep, that's right.
Yesterday we had the minister and his wife over and some friends because they're transferring him to Arizona. So that's been fun. Because they went and they found their house and this and that. He's like just amazed at he's like, it's just desert. He's like, we don't have grass. He sold his lawnmower. He's like,
tell him to not get caught not realizing how hot it gets.
Yeah, they told him it was
Like-
like 115, and he's got the little drip irrigation thingies for the few plants you're allowed to have, and
Yeah.
and he was all excited because his insurance will be so much cheaper. He's like, but I'm probably going to pay a lot in air conditioning, so
Yeah.
that kind of stinks. But still, it can't be comparative to his house insurance. I can't imagine, but because he paid a lot.
It's not the cheapest. I don't know what our
Yeah.
Arizona is, but yeah, you just want to
He's
make
just
sure
outside-
your
he'll be
air
outside of
conditioning
Phoenix,
room.
so
Yeah.
Or to
So we
swamp
had him-
cooler. Yeah.
we had him over to have, because like all the years he's been here, nobody's really made him Louisiana food. So we did like a Louisiana potluck of
What?
clean food that we can eat, because we can't eat the
Right.
shellfish and the pork and stuff. So we had gumbo and jambalaya and bread pudding and
Yum.
red beans and rice.
Yum.
Yum.
Good food.
So it was yummy. And I made my gumbo this time with spicy beef broth because I found it at Aldi. I was like, ooh, he was a little hot even for me.
Never seen spicy beef broth.
Me neither, but it was by whatever that,
I don't even want to know what Adam and Neil are talking about in the chat.
What are
I'm glad I can't say.
Finger of fudge is just enough.
what?
Innocent times, Neil. It's got to be a British thing. I don't know.
Finger.
I don't know. I don't know. But no. My son starts his new job next week, so
Yay.
Thursday's his last day at his old job. They kind of were okay with him leaving because they had no choice, but I don't think they were surprised. And so he's got Friday off, and then he starts Tuesday.
Nice.
Because his new boss, who's his old boss, says, take the long weekend before you start.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Oh yeah, always.
So yeah. So he's looking forward to it. And then
That's good.
back to wearing polo shirts and dressing down in jeans every day and not having to pay to have casual days. Like at the government job, they paid $1 on Wednesdays to dress
That's stupid.
casual.
It's like teachers.
Because they were self-funded, so they had to pay for all their own office supplies.
I know, but still, that's ridiculous.
I know, it's ridiculous. Are you a
We
secret
do that.
lemonade drinker, Neil?
Like what?
Yeah. So yeah. And then we're having our family get together on the 12th, my husband's family, because we don't do it at Christmas. We do it at my mother-in-law's birthday. And my son has been arranging entertainment for his sister and a couple of cousins he actually gets along with who are older. He's like calling them like, hey, you want to go out to a bar afterwards? I'm like, yeah, you have fun with that because they're adults. They can go to a bar. They don't need their parents' permission.
I've had some family gatherings where you went to the bar before you went.
There may or may not have been times I have done that, not gone to a bar, but
Yeah.
had an adult beverage. Yeah. But that's going to be interesting on the cruise with my husband's family who do not partake of.
Oh
alcohol,
well,
but-
that's your decision, not mine.
Exactly. I said, well, that's their choice, not necessarily mine. So
It's a big ship.
that's
Yep.
yeah. And last time we went on a family cruise years ago, it was funny because it had a casino on the ship, which living in Vegas is not that exciting.
Right.
It's like, oh yay, let's go to the casino.
I know.
Nope, never mind.
Nope.
Not going to spend money on the ship.
So
But-
boring.
So yeah. So Adam's here and Neil's not. How weird.
Uh-oh.
They can only chat in the chat. So anybody watched any new podcast or any new knitting stuff?
No. I can barely
Or
keep up
found
with
any-
you hooligans.
Well, sorry.
Did I tell you all about the called Yarn Over with Us?
Yes, and I have
Yes.
not watched it yet.
I'm watching them. They're very good. Trying to think what else. I've just been watching Baseball and Food Network.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I've been watching. I do want to watch the Netflix tornado documentary for the one that was the Joplin tornado.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
wanna
remember when
watch
that
that.
happened.
I started watching that Netflix show about Charles Manson, and it got super late. It was like, I don't know, 12:45 or something. And they started talking about the CIA and MK Ultra, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to stop this and rewind and watch it when it's not late at night because I want to pay attention.
And okay, and maybe they were involved, maybe they weren't, but is there always an ulterior government agency involved in these things? Couldn't he just be a psychopath who liked to kill people? I mean, why is there always,
Because it's
ulterior but not all the time though. I mean, sometimes people just be crazy. I mean, it's been so many years, and that case has been investigated so many times for it to suddenly come out that
Who investigated it? The government?
not really. I mean, it's people have been investigating it for decades though. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. It's weird when 50 or 60 years later these things pop up.
I
And
have no idea.
Well,
I
guy
trust
wrote a
nothing
book
and
about
no
it. I
one.
don't know. The show is based on a book that this guy wrote. I don't know when he wrote it, so that would,
Isn't it called Chaos?
Yes,
I don't know. I haven't watched.
He wrote that a long time ago, I think.
that's what I'm thinking. See,
I
and
thought he
then-
wrote it a long, long time ago.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. Helter Skelter was my entry into true crime. So,
Mhm, me
and
too.
I read it. I read it way too young.
Yeah.
And Trace, did you have the copy that had the pictures?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And while I'm reading it, I'm hearing, I think somebody's creepy crawling me. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Don't recommend.
Yeah, it was not for a child anyway.
And it's not for the faint of heart. Yeah, the pictures are bad.
Yeah. I mean, if they would do a deep dive into Chappaquiddick, I'd be all for that because we know there was cover-ups there
Mm-hmm.
with the Kennedys.
Well, most of the Kennedy stuff was all covered up.
I read a thing on Daily Mail that it's because of a curse, but I couldn't read the article because it was part of their paid thing, and I don't pay them. So just the headline was that it was a Nazi curse or something.
Oh, here it is again. The
I
Nazi.
don't know. Well, Joe Sr. was into a lot of things.
Yep.
I miss the Weekly World News.
But it is interesting reading other countries' versions of the news and what they think is important and not important.
Mm.
And usually they're wrong. Yeah.
I'm excited to go see the one Working Man movie.
Oh, the one that toppled Snow White.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go see.
Yeah. I watched Gary's video about that.
You mean Mud Brown?
No, this one is
No, I mean
Jason-
Snow White.
Oh, I know, Mudbright. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, they named her Snow White because she was born in a blizzard.
Yeah. Okay.
But this kills me because this is the same actress who was going on and on and on in interviews about how authentic West Side Story was because it had Hispanic actors this time, though, and that was so important to the reality and the progressiveness of the movie. Yet it's okay when she gets a role that's not, that's totally different, that she gets that role. It's like, okay, that's kind of
Nobody
hypocritical.
saw West Side
Everything.
Story. Why? Because
I
they were
know.
like, by the way, we won't do subtitles. We're going to have a third of the movie in Spanish, and we're not going to subtitle it. Like, all right.
If they wanted to be authentic, they would have had all Puerto Rican actors because
No.
that's where they were from. But
It's true.
yeah, nobody saw it, and now nobody's seen Snow White. And I think it has to make like 800 million to break even, because
Yep.
it's going to be hundreds of millions in the tank. Like all these old movies have beaten it. All these old flops.
A TV show about Jesus beat it on Friday.
Yeah, not even the Marvels beat it.
Right. They could
Which,
re-release 10 Commandments and it would be.
Yeah,
I do
pretty
really well.
much.
I'd go see 10 Commandments.
I'd go
in the
see 10
theater,
Commandments in the theater.
especially.
I watch it every year. So
Me too.
It's so cool.
Oh yeah, Adam, I saw what the ending was in that one. I didn't want to waste my money on that movie
What?
because and Conclave
Oh,
Oh,
because of
yes,
the
I heard
twist.
things about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, no.
No.
Though I love Isabella Rossellini, and I think she's a wonderful
me
actress. But,
too.
yeah.
She was in
No,
White Knight.
hmm But yeah, no, I wouldn't spend my money on that. But I guess Lilo and Stitch is the next Disney thing. Let's see how they mess that one up.
Oh boy.
And as much as they blame Rachel Zegler, it's not just her fault. I mean, yeah, she screwed up a lot of it, but they still made the movie that they wanted, with no dwarves because Peter Dinklage didn't want dwarf actors to, I don't know, compete against him for roles. I don't know.
Well, he's
So
not.
then they didn't have any dwarves.
There's more than one
And-
dwarf in the world.
I know, and a bunch of them are suing Disney for discrimination, which is pretty funny. They've been protesting down at Disney's headquarters since the
Oh.
movie came out. Because a lot of I saw interviews and a lot of the actors said, that's our dream role, to be in a big budget
Right,
movie where the role's made for us. Like,
right. And it
Like
doesn't
The
make
Wizard
fun
of
us,
Oz,
and it
yeah.
just is,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah. And so, yeah, they were kind of bummed. So they're suing Disney. But Rachel Zegler told people not that she didn't want their business, and so they took her up on it. I mean,
She's a nitwit.
Mhm.
so, oh Lord, Trump needs to be quiet. He doesn't need to be talking about a third term. He needs to shut
He's
that down.
joking, and people.
I
Don't
know, but there's so much controversy now. He needs to keep his focus and not talk about running for a third term against Obama.
And
Come
you
on.
know what? At this point, preach, brother. Whatever. They're gonna hate him, even
Yeah.
if he adopted every kitten and every migrant
cured
in the
all
world.
the diseases.
So let
Yep.
him.
I know,
run
but
his
I'd rather
mouth, piss
rather
him
him put
off
his
all you want, Trump.
I'd rather put his focus in on getting some of these executive orders that are
He
getting
gets all his
canceled
crap
through.
done.
He's getting there. It's fine.
With all these
Get
judges
all
and
this
stuff.
work done and some.
I mean,
Yeah.
get your work done, bro, and piss him off. I'm here for it. Go for it.
Mhm. Yeah, so I won't be going to watch Snow White when all the reviewers tell you to just rent the original.
Yeah, right.
Probably, yeah, exactly. They would blame him for putting doctors out of
I
work if
wonder-
he cured cancer.
I did notice, and I have Disney Plus because I just happened to get it because I signed up for the Hulu thing with it for $2.99 a month. I haven't watched anything on it yet, although I might go watch old Disney movies. But I have Peacock also because I signed up for $2.99 a month, and Wicked came out really fast on Peacock.
It did.
And they are
did.
pushing the hell out of it every time you turn on Peacock.
If every
Yeah.
time I turn on my Roku, there's an ad for
Yes,
it.
there's
on
the Roku does it
Yeah.
too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
can I just say no and you quit telling me about it?
Yes.
No, that's not how it works,
Weird.
Amy.
Movie happened.
Yeah, Wicked's never been one of my favorite musicals, so I was never.
I mean,
even
I never
interested
watched
in that, but
I never watched the original. I mean, I know a couple of songs because I love Kristen Chenoweth, but I've never watched the whole musical,
yeah, I know the songs.
No.
I read the
and
book
I've never read
before
the book
musical
that it
ever.
came from. So
I did, and it's
I heard
really
it's
dark.
disturbing.
It's very disturbing. There's a whole series of them.
Mm.
But it's never been one of the musicals I was interested in, so I never really cared about that.
Right.
But yeah,
So I'm just
I
wondering
don't
how
know.
long will it take for Snow White
Well, they've
to be on
already-
Disney Plus. You know.
Oh, I would think pretty soon because theaters are canceling it because it's empty. They can't sell tickets to it, so it's costing them money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, well,
Did you ever?
that's what happens when you change the entire story around. I mean, yes, the original Snow White was a bit different from the Grimm's fairy tale because, come on, you couldn't make that for children.
Yeah.
But it had its points. And when you take the most popular song out of the movie,
Which one? The Whistle While You
Someday My
Work?
Prince Will Come.
Oh, Someday My Prince Will Come.
I think they only kept 2 songs from the original.
Yeah.
And kept
But
is very loose.
And she can sing. That's fine. There's a lot of great people out there who can sing, though. So they chose her, and now they have to live with the consequences. So,
I'm just saying. I don't know her as an actress. Never heard of her before this movie. No clue who she is. Don't know what she's been in. Nothing. And
Pretty much West Side Story.
okay, that I
That was
still
it.
didn't see that. Didn't even know
And
that.
the,
So,
there was
but
a
if you're
Hunger
gonna
Games sequel.
if you're gonna say you're the fairest one of all, which now they're saying that doesn't mean what we all thought it meant.
Oh
for
no,
all
it's
these years.
the most brave and true. Yeah.
And but okay, but the whole point was the evil queen was jealous of her.
Yeah. And
So,
Gal Gadot versus Rachel Zegler.
like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't Snow White saying I'm the most beautiful in the land.
Right.
It was she
Correct.
happens to be, and the queen
Yes.
was jealous of that.
The queen
Yeah.
was very jealous of her.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it's who's the most brave and true, not
That ain't
the
what the
most
queen was
fair.
jealous about.
Well, I know that, and I'm sorry, it's based on medieval princesses and chants, and they weren't really bred to rule anyway. So, and then supposedly her father goes off to war and disappears, and they think he's dead. But then she decides he's alive, so she goes to find him. And there's bandits who are kind of like there and then not there. And there's not a prince, but there's a bandit guy.
I mean, come on, we could have had Jennifer Goodwin, who played Snow in whatever that series was.
Once Upon a
Jewish
Time.
actress, come on. But no.
Yeah, from what I heard, she doesn't actually do any cleaning. She just tells.
No, she makes the dwarves too. Yeah, I watched the video of the song.
The thing, though, it's like, okay, in the original cartoon, what's the deal? She is afraid and she's running for her life. So she finds the dwarf's house and she's like, hey, I could. It's like labor for,
safety
and a home. It's this deal like, hey, you guys would like a clean house and warm food and this stuff done for you. That would be a kind of a bit of a luxury because you don't have that going on now. And Snow White needs to have a place to stay so she's not like in the elements in the woods and potentially, people are after her.
So she offers to,
Yeah, it's like,
instead of, hey,
a trade here, and the trade works out for everybody.
No, she comes in and tells them to work. And from what I watched with Critical Thinker and a couple of the others, it's very communism, Marxism. Everybody owns the land. We all have to work together. Very,
Except not her. She doesn't have to work.
No.
And also, it's like, oh, well, she's a princess. What is she doing cleaning? Well, that's part of it. She's not above actually doing work.
Right.
That would be the original girl.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, the movies are just, I don't know. I would like to see The Working Man because I like Jason Statham movies. Because he beats up the bad guy, and I enjoy it.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty standard deal, but like, nothing wrong with it.
No, but you know what you're getting.
So. Unless something spectacular comes on, I'll be there for Spinal Tap 2. That's about it.
And from what I've heard, Jason Statham
do a whole lot of movies.
Wants another franchise sort of a deal. So that's what he was looking for in this. So maybe.
Yeah, well, it's better than, what Marvel and DC have put out. Because, let's be real, they don't know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, they know what they're doing. They just think people want to pay for it.
They've lost
the plot. Yes.
Literally, they've lost the plot.
Literally, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, but maybe the Snow White thing will teach him a lesson, because you can't force people to go watch things. Though I guess the actresses, or at least Rachel Zegler, has been going after the fans and the critics and misogyny. And you can't handle a strong woman. Can't handle a strong woman because there's lots of strong women in movies. There always has been, but
well, Jennifer Lawrence is the only one, so
yeah, she was the first.
The first, yeah.
Let's ignore Sigourney Weaver and Alien and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Zegler's 23 and she thinks she knows a lot more than she does, and she's probably
That's
not
like
been
every
told no.
23-year-old.
Yeah, she's probably never been told no, and she's just gonna have to learn the hard way. And if this affects her career, well, then she should be quiet, make some indie movies, and not speak her mind and ruin the publicity of her. But I think because of it, they'll make actors and actresses sign much more strict social media contracts.
You would hope so.
I mean, I'm fine for that. Like, I don't care if they're left or right. I don't want to hear.
Well, I don't want to either.
Entertain me. Yeah, that's all I'm asking of you is to entertain me.
It's like sports athletes. I don't care about your
hear
politics
what you
either.
Throw the ball, catch the ball, run the ball. That's all I need from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sure.
Exactly.
I have very low expectations of my entertainers and athletes and this and that, and none of it involves me learning who you voted for or what you believe. I don't care.
Exactly.
Either way, whether you agree with me or not, I don't care.
And even if you don't, it doesn't mean I can't appreciate what you do.
Exactly.
And you're good at your job. Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm going to key up your car or,
Right.
What? The Tesla people are so ridiculous. I'm like, don't they all have cameras on them?
They do. Most of them, yeah.
Why?
They do.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are you so stupid?
Because they've gotten away with that kind of stuff and never been punished. So they thought they could do it again. And this time they're not getting away with it.
Well, they're
getting punished. Yeah. Oh, Maggie's got to do her homework.
Oh.
Yeah. Homework is, you got to get it done.
Homework.
That happens to the best of us.
Thanks for hanging out, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what these people protesting, what is it they're expecting to happen? Like, we protest enough, Trump's going to go, you know what, you're right, I'm going to quit. Like, what are they hoping to do?
I don't know. It's like, and it's like by the time the person has the Tesla, they already own it. Elon's gotten his money. So Riley, can you shut that door? Sorry. Elon's gotten his money, so you're not hurting Elon anymore. You're hurting someone else.
They're getting paid to do it.
That. The Democrats are doing it. They've already.
That's their job. But I don't understand what the end result is supposed to be.
I guess they think that Trump will get rid of Elon. I don't know.
And so then they'll just focus on Trump,
I don't think they have a plan. It's like they don't have
a plan.
An end game. They're reactive. They don't have long-term critical thinking. Like, what if I do this? What is the outcome going to be? And is it going to be what I want, or will I have to do 15 other things to make up for what I did the first time because people didn't like it?
They are actual toddlers. Okay.
Basically,
because they're acting like it.
Yeah, I did. Did you see the thing where they were put in place? Doge was going to start investigating politicians who made suspicious amounts of money.
Yeah.
Some of our favorites.
The one chick was in debt before she got in, and now she's worth, $9 million or something. And,
Elizabeth Warren, Pelosi, Bernie.
AOC,
yeah. So did she ever pay off her student loans?
Right. They have $1,200 in their account, and all of a sudden she's worth $9 million on a, $140,000 salary. I mean,
yeah.
The math ain't.
We all wish we could do that. We all wish we could do that. And the ones who've written books, nobody's bought those books. So clearly,
Bernie. Oh my God. The Bernie.
I think he has a new book coming out.
I think it's Schnacky Schnack.
Bernie's.
Bernie. I was in Vermont. I was in Vermont when he was the mayor of Burlington. He's always
the only job he's had.
The only job he's always been awful. It's just.
I saw something about some senator or whatever in DC, and they get a car allowance. I don't remember who it was, but they had a car allowance of like $1,000 a month or something like that.
Well, what's her name charges for her cars? The chick with the eyelashes and
Crockett.
Crockett. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was who it was, and they said you get a car allowance for $1,000 a month, and hers is literally like $999.
Yeah.
It's for her
She
rentals
also
while she's
was-
up there.
She was also charging her security and stuff, hiring her husband and stuff to be her security and questionable stuff like that. If you haven't watched Gutfeld, watch last night's
Oh, I didn't
because they
watch
were
it last
talking
night.
about. Oh, Kennedy was on fire because they were talking
Kennedy is
about
awesome.
Crockett. They were talking about Crockett, and she's like, "Well, AOC's decided she's got to be a serious one." So she's like, "I can't be this. I'm going to be a senator, so someone else has to be the crazy ass bitch." And they showed an interview of Crockett, but before she ran, and she was very serious, very well spoken, totally
She
totally
didn't talk
different.
ghetto.
I think I did see
No.
that.
And then
They must have
now
already
and then
talked
she's
about it once.
and Kennedy did a whole spoof of her. And it was so funny.
I'll have
It
to
was
watch
so
that
funny.
last
I
night.
watched it one day
Um,
last week, and you know how Gutfeld does like his introductions of them, and he did Tyrus's, and it was something about old ladies love Tyrus and knitting.
Yeah.
It was something I was like, yes, we do.
Yes,
Old
we do.
young alike.
Yes, we do.
Give me
Yeah.
some Tyrus.
And he's trying to be
I'll-
funny about it. It's like, no, it's actually
Yeah.
true.
No, it's true.
I know.
I love when they try to throw the knitting part in like it's a slam,
Yeah.
I know.
No, I like Kennedy. She's a good replacement for Kat while she's out.
I remember her when she was on MTV.
Yeah, me
I
too.
know, back in the day,
She's good.
old days.
Mhm.
At least
Yeah.
Kat's surgery went well, so hopefully
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
she'll recover. It's got to be scary.
Well, especially with
Uh,
the baby and
Pirates in the house.
Oh,
oh boy, here we go.
Hey, pirate.
So
You missed
I-
Neil and Adam having conversations. You
It's
should
like
have been in
rotating
there with the
Brits.
trifecta. I know.
the
I don't know if they're
Alkali,
still
like,
here.
take turns.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't watch movies in the theater anymore.
No.
It's too much money, and what's the point when they're going to be on streaming soon enough? And
I
is
mean,
it really worth it?
for Wicked to be out already,
Yes.
I'm like, golly.
Yeah.
I guess they're
I'm
making
very
a.
pro movie theater and very anti streaming service. So I'm that. I
Well,
am.
I would no. I prefer to watch it in the theater, but I'm not going to pay
Yeah.
the money to watch crap.
Right.
That's the thing. They're doing a live action Scooby Doo series.
Ugh,
What?
no.
And they're
No.
doing a reboot, a limited run reboot of Malcolm in the Middle with the original cast.
I did hear about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, which it's the original writer, it's the original creator,
Okay.
and the
could be
same
okay.
writing team. And Frankie Muniz, I watched an interview with him, and he said he wouldn't do it if it wasn't going to be honoring the original with the same
Oh, good.
tone.
I never really watched that one then.
I will.
We did. My kids loved it. Their theme song is my daughter's ringtone on my phone. You're not the boss of me now.
Oh.
And my son's was Bad Boys, because he used to watch Cops with his dad. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good show. And so was The Middle. That was a good show.
Yeah,
too.
I like the middle.
yeah.
I randomly,
What
speaking
else?
of the middle, I randomly found, because Instagram is like this, the girl that played Sue,
Yeah.
apparently she had twins.
Oh,
And like she does like all these videos about like twins and understanding how fraternal twins and identical twins, this and this and that. I'm
Huh.
flipping through it. I'm like, I think it's just, I'm like, oh, this is a cool little thing about twins. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. That girl looks like Sue. I'm like, who is Sue?
Sue.
I mean, I love Sue.
I love you.
Yeah, that whole show is so
So
good.
her and Brick do a podcast now.
Really?
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I loved Malcolm in the Middle though, because
I don't know how to do
they're
that.
just, there's the Minecraft movie coming out, which probably won't be very good, and another Jurassic World, and then Lilo and Stitch, and another Shrek, because I think it's like Shrek 6,
Oh my goodness.
5, sorry. Another Avatar, Mortal Kombat 2.
Didn't we already
I am
have
looking-
Mortal Kombat 2?
No, there was a reboot from the old Mortal Kombat, and they made
Oh.
a new Mortal Kombat. And then How to Train Your Dragon, but that one actually might be good because that one's being made by the guy who made the anime.
Again, can we not have any original ideas?
Nope.
Well, I mean, yeah, who wants to watch a reboot of Freaky Friday
Again.
Again.
again?
You know, this is supposed to be, I think I've said this before on here. This is supposed
Or
to
the
be
Naked Gun.
creative generation. They've got all, they're bright and they have no ideas. They just keep doing the same stuff that we came out with,
Yep.
I mean, is anyone going to top Leslie Nielsen in The Naked Gun? Come on.
Who is playing him?
Liam Neeson.
I just don't see that.
Funny.
I don't know if he's got the.
He's the guy on the phone yelling at kids.
Yeah.
I will find you.
I know. I still love Leslie Nielsen's. My favorite clip is, "Who are you and how did you get in here?"
Yeah.
I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith. From all the Police Academy or police movies, and just, it's just all these new movies are remakes of old movies or reboots of old movies, or it'd be nice to have something that was new.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I mean, there are
every
new
once in a while.
books, so surely he shakes them in
Don't
the new
call me
books
Shirley.
and
don't call me Shirley.
They are making a movie out of Verity.
Oh, that's what was so funny about Kennedy, because she was doing the impression about Crockett, and in that voice that she used to have before she said, "Excuse me, I can speak jive," and then just started talking from Airplane, and then started talking about Crockett.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, sir, I can speak jive.
Oh God.
And Tyrus lost it.
I'm about to go back and watch that.
Yeah. What can you be funny nowadays? Who, us or Adam? Who do you want to be funny, Pirate?
No one can be funny anymore. It's not politically correct to be funny.
You're legal.
No, it's not.
Oh, Christy. Speaking of which, Christy Mayr's under fire again.
But now
Who should go after this time?
She made a joke. She was flying to Indiana to do a show, and she made a joke about the DEI pilot, and how dare she make a joke. So they're trying to cancel her.
She's a comedian,
and she's just whatever. Oh, it's been 12 hours, and she still hasn't taken the post down. She's like, idiot! I never take posts down. What are you doing?
Yeah.
No, that's her thing.
Comedy, okay.
You don't have to like it. Just
no.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have
I know she was taking the piss out of Blake Lively the other day, I think. Too.
Yeah.
It's
does. Yeah.
People be crazy now. They can't
They're
handle
just
anything.
They're children. They're children.
Everything's got to have a trigger warning.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine being on the edge all the time.
Yeah.
It's got to be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy.
What do you think, Ann Pinkova? You're awful quiet over there.
I think I just finished my square.
Yay!
Yay!
Which is the last one of these colors. So I only have a third, a little less than a third actually, of my quilt to go.
Yay!
Ooh. Nice.
You can do it.
Is this one going to be bigger than the first one you did?
No, because it's only going to be 6 by 5 of these.
Oh, okay.
So,
Little lap quilt.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh, evidently you scared Tomsky Trees.
I did. Why?
So he says he's on the edge whenever you're around.
Be careful. I'm going to send you some glitter.
You better be careful.
Not more glitter.
I'm going to
control
glitter
his women.
Uh-oh, not the glitter. Hey, he also got knitted items, not just glitter.
He had to move because of the
glitter. To get rid of the glitter.
Well, yeah. Hey, at least he didn't burn the old house down. Get rid of the glitter. And the thing, it wasn't even intentional. That's what's
It
hilarious.
wasn't. I just bought him a Christmas card.
You can't help if the glitter decided to, migrate.
It
It wanted to be glitter immigrant to England.
Yes.
He said the guy cleaning my old house asked what's with the glitter.
Because you're fabulous like that, pirate.
You should have been like, yes, queen, don't you like it?
Yes. I can see that.
No, I can't imagine him
A
saying that.
man does in his
No.
own house is between him and the good Lord. Not you, cleaning guy.
He thinks I'm gay.
Just say, mind your business.
He's like, well, once upon a time, I made the mistake to make you friends with these idiots in America, and it all went downhill from there.
Hey, you
Yeah,
can still wear
yeah,
that hat.
He doubled the rates. I doubt it. Hey, he sticks around, so he must like us in
That's
some regard.
right.
We're wonderful. What's not to like?
We are.
Told y'all like told Neil, I'm an STD. You can't get rid of me, baby.
Gift that keeps
Well,
on giving.
Yeah, and if Mr. Book of is listening, don't take it to heart. Just
Yeah.
We're not your people, really.
No.
No, if you want to stand up for what you want to stand up, good for you. But we're not your people.
Well, even if they are your people,
Yeah.
still know your audience, dude. Like, it's a pro-life account. I only post about pro-life stuff and knitting. It's pro-life knitter. That should be really obvious what the page is about.
Yeah, somebody
Yes,
left our podcast once because you were on.
And you don't need a cream for
Oh,
it.
that's right. Yes.
But like,
You don't
dude,
need a
like,
cream for it.
so because he kept messaging me, and I'm like, finally, I said, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do, man, but I only post pro-life stuff. So that's when he started commenting on all my posts, and I didn't even notice it at first. And then apparently he was commenting other people's and friending all of y'all, and I'm like, what is happening? So then he sends me this
And
big
that
old
guy,
long diatribe.
I looked at his
That's
Instagram. Man, this guy is laser focused on one issue.
We
Which,
should have told him,
okay.
look,
On
should have
That's
said,
fine.
look,
point.
I can't take your agency from you, and I'm a mere woman. I can't comment on such a
Right.
subject.
But that's
Yeah,
the
I
funny
don't have
part, is
one, so therefore I can't comment on them.
His page is only about that one subject.
Yes.
But yet mine was supposed to be about my preferred
Context.
subject and his.
Context
Well,
matters. You don't spam circumcision on a knitting post. No,
No.
you don't.
You don't
no,
spam
wait. It's
circumcision.
the most critical issue on the earth today.
On the earth.
On the
More than
earth.
clean water.
Now I'm thinking of Batman and Robin. Holy fuck. Batman.
I mean, on all of the earth, above
On the
clean
earth.
water, clean air,
Not
healthy
war,
food,
not
foreskins.
not hunger.
Are you talking about
No,
Adam
not
now?
Adam,
Because not Adam. No.
Adam just
Too
makes
bad.
funny puns. No. A
Holy
lovely
Book of
fellow.
Briss. Yeah.
A lovely fellow followed my pro-life page, and I did not follow him back. And then when I would not reshare his save the foreskins posts, he commenced to harassing the ladies and me.
No.
And
I'm sure he
Let
thought
me-
he was informing.
Yeah. It just reminded me.
but I'm like,
It reminded
it's like
me of
you don't go on like the AA. You don't go on Alcoholics Anonymous and be like, dude, why don't you have ads for beer? Like, it's not.
well, even beer would be alcohol. You know what I mean? I mean, that has nothing to do with knitting.
Pro broccoli, like on a it was just random.
It's a vegan page. I'm all vegan all the time. Dude, why don't you talk about how great cows are? Like
Abraham isn't around to take the blame. He's been dead a long time. True.
True.
Yeah, it was just, I just kept thinking of Men in Tights by Mel Brooks with Rabbi Tuchman,
Yes.
and how they were all excited to get that bris done until they found out what it was.
Yeah.
Exactly, Texas Sheep Lady. Evidently to him, it was more important than saving babies' lives.
And-
It was
and-
much more
He
important.
literally lectured me that it was more important than if you cared about. I'm like, well, dude, I could kind of see the argument if you were making this comment on my informed choice page, because that is a subject
Right.
that requires informed choice.
Well, yeah, that would totally make sense.
And I do believe in informed choice in abortion, but I'm also not going to tell a mother who's made the hard decision to, not abort in her difficult situation that she's a horrible, terrible human because she wants to circumcise her son. What?
But he actually said that the circumcision thing was more important than the abortion thing.
It's the most important issue
Yeah.
on earth.
On the
Like,
earth. On the earth.
Look,
Now, if he
Some
didn't have a whole Instagram, don't
everything of their man parts. Okay, I think that's just the thing. I think that's just what's
I
going
mean,
on.
I would have. I would first. I thought it was trolling,
Oh
but he
my
has an
God.
entire Instagram dedicated to that. So he's put a lot of thought and effort into it.
well,
So.
and that's not a new thing. And I'm not new to
Oh, I
hearing
know.
that because,
Well,
I'm in
I
the
know.
crunchy world. So, I was, without revealing information about my children, I was not allowed in the crunchy world. But that was a big thing that kind of came about. So there's a whole group called Bloodstained Men, and they go travel from city to city, and they put fake blood on their pants, and they stand on the side of the road with signs about foreskins.
Do they stand next to the women who pretend that they don't have sanitary products
I
and their
don't
periods
know.
down their pants? Because then they
But-
could, combine their protesting
So these
together.
fellas have been around a while, and look, I'm
the
sorry,
free
dude.
bleeders. Oh God!
Like, dude,
No.
like they're. It's
Don't get sick.
Man, I missed my chance, Adam. Son of a.
Damn it, Adam! Where are you when we
So
need
close.
you?
Where were you when I needed you?
Chris Bros.
But that's why I was just like, and a lot of his posts were like, well, it ruins this and da da da. I'm like, first of all, how do you know? 'Cause
Right.
You're only one or the other.
Right.
It's not like you have a barometer you can check it against.
Right.
You either have it or you don't. So how can you say one way is remarkably better than the other? Because you don't know.
Unless you did it as an adult and had comparison,
Which
something
is,
to compare it to.
never
when you're-
done. So, I mean, to
It
be
is
clear,
actually-
I'm definitely not like saying, "Hey, let's go circumcise all the adult men." Parents should make the decision for their babies, and that's that, just like they should for everything else about their babies.
Mhm.
So,
I saw a parent post where it was one of those talking about she was pregnant and she was concerned about what to eat, because the baby might not like it, and should she be vegan or eat other things because the baby, the baby does not have agency, but how can she decide what the baby should eat? Could she eat meat because the baby might not want to eat meat?
it's
No,
your
she's
job to
forcing
feed
on
the
him.
baby.
I know, but it was so funny. She's like, because then I'm forcing flesh on them. And
my-
and I don't know if that's the right thing to do. And I remember that I didn't like eating flesh as a child. And it's because my mother probably ate it. I'm like, oh my God. Seriously.
It's
Eat
not
what you
that
eat. Just try to eat
But
healthy.
you don't remember in the womb, okay? This is the key.
Okay, we need to get back to knitting, clearly.
I really should have consulted Adam before I blocked the guy.
Yes.
That was a missed opportunity there. It really was.
Send him Adam's way. Just
Yeah, you should have just sent him on Adam.
Yeah.
My friend feels very serious about this.
Like, hey,
Adam,
let me
have a
look
funny
at my friend
afternoon.
Adam. He might want to talk to you about it.
Yeah, when you send, when you send the people coming door to door, that you're not interested, but you send them to the person's house who you don't like.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, actually, my neighbor's very fascinated by this subject. You should go down there.
Sorry. So again, you might want to if you have a random dude named Joshua following you, you might want to just check your follows. If you follow me, just
yeah,
double check.
and Josh, if you're watching,
you're
and
down
if you
with
can
that,
tell, we're not
cool.
interested.
If you agree with him, by all means, that's cool. We're fine. I'm not telling you not to agree with him. I'm just saying I apologize if the graphic content got to you and you were not asking for that.
That guy's hardcore too. He's just not.
Because I think that's what pissed me off the most was he went and commented under my comments like, Amy and I blah 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 blah, and Amy agrees with me. I was like, hold up, brother.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, whoa,
First of
let's
all,
not
no, I
speak
don't.
for her.
Second of all, Even if I did, you don't need to speak for me. Don't mansplain foreskins to me. I got this.
I had 2 kids. They're boys. I know how it
I have
works.
2 boys. I understand penises. Mansplain foreskins. Just because you got one don't mean you
Sounds
can
like a
mansplain it.
colorway for Tina.
I think she's already commented on that before. We'll have to see, how wild card Wednesdays get.
About to get really wild.
Oh, Adam.
What?
So yeah, this started out as Amy's
Sorry.
PSA to warn people.
God,
And
Neil,
then
why do you bring up sex, Neil? I mean, it's ridiculous.
He's not even here and he brings it up. How dare he? Seriously.
Seriously, it's always about the penis. Jeez.
All right, but to get some new knitting news before you go, I did get some of those new ChiaoGoo Forte needle tips, the carbon fiber
Yes.
ones, because you can
More
buy them
about
individually.
Mhm.
What?
Sorry.
Did Anna almost make a dirty joke? Because I thought one
She
about
did.
tips, and I didn't say it.
Tips. Oh.
That's okay. Tomsky foresaw this conversation.
Now
Anyway.
on to other tips.
Yeah, these are metal. These are metal. You can't cut them off. But they're very nice needles. They're a little pricey, and I wouldn't buy the set, but having an occasional pair is kind of nice.
And are they, I'm sorry, singles, like straights? What are they?
There's the interchangeable. You can either get the lace
Oh.
tips or the regular tips.
Oh.
And
I'm
and they
always
use the
scared of
same.
interchangeables.
They use the same ChiaoGoo cord, so they got the nice bendy red cord. So
I'm always terrified that the cord's gonna come out.
Mm.
You know,
as long as you tighten it. As long as you tighten it the right way,
because I had a
usually,
pair
unless
one time, and I don't know if as I knit I slightly turned my needle or something, but I noticed
Could
that
be.
when I was trying to use them,
That's
I'm
when
like, it came
a
apart.
lot of the interchangeables have the spinning cables, so that's not a problem.
Oh, okay.
That way.
I did notice the one pair that I used, and I don't even know what kind it was, probably Knit Picks or something like that. But as I was doing, I'm like, it came out the thing, and I just lost all my stitches. So.
Well, I liked the Knit Picks carbon fibers, but I hate the Knit Picks cords, and they're not pointy enough for like doing lace or stuff like that. So I do like the ChiaoGoo for that, and they have a much better cord. So yeah, I'm not going to buy the $400 set though. So that's not going to happen.
No, but that would
But
be
if anyone wants to donate it to me, I would be thrilled. Adam, you need to stop.
You want to sponsor the podcast?
Yeah. Amy's scared the thing is going to come out.
I was.
At least he didn't send you any photos.
Right.
I did not look far enough on the page to see if there were, and I advise anyone not to do that. So.
I'm not going on his page because he might think that means I'm interested. So, I mean, hey, he's passionate about his subject.
That's fine. That's all well
good
and good.
for him.
But don't speak for me.
Yeah, on your own page.
Right.
Yeah, Richard Picks. Yeah.
Oh! There is a new TV show coming out that I wanted to watch.
What?
It's on Netflix, and I don't remember the name of it. But it's because I'm very helpful that way. But it's either kid influencers or mom influencers or something like that. But it's about the whole momager thing, putting their kids on social media with the whole TikTok and the little making
the creepy
family
moms
vlogs kind of thing. Because it kind of that's getting like a bad rap.
The mommy
now with
vlogs,
the whole
yeah.
Ruby Frankie thing and everything.
It's not the only one. There's
I know. Yeah,
a bunch of others.
But so it's on Netflix, and I want to say kid influence, something like that. But it's not coming out till like maybe next week or a few days, or sometime in April. And I was like, ooh, that looks good. So that's my very helpful suggestion.
Really helpful.
Bad Influence, it's called. The dark side of the dark side of kidfluencing. I don't even post pictures of my kids online. I mean, without their permission.
I did.
They're adults
Facebook,
now.
But yeah, I did on Facebook more when they were younger, obviously. But also that was set to friends, and that was a different time.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Yeah.
pre TikTok and really pre Instagram and all that. But
Yeah.
and I never posted pictures that were like, you know, everybody has the naked baby butt picture. You know, never posted that.
No.
I know.
We had those, but they were done with a Polaroid because
I
we
have
didn't
watched
wanna
some of
send
it,
those
Pirate.
pictures
I haven't
to
watched all of it.
we didn't want to
to
send that film to be developed back in the day,
No.
you know. And that was pre cell phone cameras, really.
And I will say
So.
the Facebook memories are nice for them. You know, they're cute little pictures when they were kids, and I have it set to private. And, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I worry about so many kids being so
Well, what's the thing now is that they're
put
saying is
online.
like, it's not just so much, it is the exploitation of the mother of the children, because A, you're not paying those kids, you know, so they're not getting
No.
paid as a child actor like other actors were. It's the fact that AI is so messed up now
Oh,
that
yeah.
you could put your kid's picture out as just a regular, here's my kid, and then AI can freaking make it naked.
Right.
And it looks like your child. It's not your child, but it looks like it. And now that could be floating out there on the internet forever. So
Yeah,
that
I mean,
could have
I
a lot
think
of legal consequences. That could have, yeah.
right,
Well,
even if
and
you are
it's-
not the one exploiting the kid in that way,
Right.
somebody else can.
and at least with the actors on set, there's rules. You
Right.
know what can
Right.
be posted, what can't be posted. You know, that kind of thing. You know how many
And
hours
even
they can
that's a
work,
little,
and
you know, if it's a naked picture of an actor, it's a little, most people are like, oh, that's not real. It's a little easier to get it taken
Right.
down and get it.
but there's
you know.
also rules about what they can, how long they can technically
Right.
be acting. You know, schooling, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's just frightening because people do it, and you see it, and it's like, oh, that's just not good.
Well, and the thing that bothers me about the family bloggers is I think a lot of them, because like parents of my age, we just posted pictures for our grandma.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like, let me
Mhm.
monetize our kids. And then some of these people just started out innocently. They're like, hey, let's post
Sure.
funny videos of the kids. And then, yeah, exactly, Pirate. Don't exploit every
Yeah.
moment. And but then they
it's
suddenly
just-
realize how much money they can make from it, and then we're scripting it, and then we're doing, you know, sponsorships, and then we're doing all these things. And I realize we're all on YouTube right now, and people watch us, but we're adults.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're
yeah,
not getting
and
paid.
we chose to be here, so you know.
And you know,
It's
to
like-
Pirate's point, like I see, like I've gone to concerts. I haven't been for a while because the whole thing happened. But you see people, and they're all sitting there filming the concert instead of
watching
the concert.
Yes.
I'll take
Yeah.
like a little bit of footage, couple
Of
photos,
like my
and
favorite
that's it.
song. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or the first
Yeah,
time I
it's
see somebody
like-
in concert, I might take more video. But
somebody
Right.
who's in the
Not the
moment,
whole
you know,
thing.
as opposed to
right.
you know,
I saw
filming.
a thing the other day, and it was in Florida, and I forget where it was, but the Blue Angels were flying over the strip,
Mhm.
the road. And if you're down there, you see the Blue Angels fairly often. It's not like a
Right.
rare occurrence, but this was a particular festival or something they were having, and it was the strip of like downtown or whatever. So they literally flew right over the strip, which is pretty cool because usually it's on the beach or at the airfield when you see them. And every freaking single person had their phone out. I'm like, dude, they literally
Yep.
fly over in like 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Just
The-
watch it.
The Air
And then
Air
they
Force
can
Base.
see it with their own eyes, Amy. It's like,
Yeah,
but
the
they're
Air Force
right
Base that lives by me, or Air Force Base doesn't live that I live by. It's where the Thunderbirds are out of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when they're not on tour, they fly out of there, and you see, you know,
Right.
it's fairly
You
regular.
can go to
and
their
it's like, oh, it's
practice.
the Thunderbird.
And
Yeah, we have one here.
Yeah. It's like the other
Yeah.
day, my daughter and I out, they flew over the car. I didn't grab the phone because it's not like I haven't seen them before, you know.
Right.
Not like you'd be quick enough anyway, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's like just enjoy it.
Yeah, people want too worried about future moments. Pirate as
Like
opposed
I'm
to the
all
current
about like,
moment.
okay, it's a historic snowfall. It's a eclipse, you know,
Yeah.
a total eclipse.
Those are
It's, you know,
milestones.
monumental things, or
Yeah.
that's one thing. But
Well, I didn't even have Facebook until recently. I always said no, I wasn't going to do it, but then I did it to follow one person, and I don't even look at it much anymore because that person's back on other social media, so I don't need Facebook to follow them. But yeah, I don't. It's like it's one thing because it started out, you know, send it to your family members who didn't see you all the time, they
right,
can see
yeah,
their kids, whatever.
aunts and
And
uncles.
it's become so exploitative, and it's like, you know, these kids are going to look back at some point and want to know where their childhoods went.
Right. But
You
because
know,
they're
or
cool in the moment. It's like, oh my gosh, we're going to Disney. We're doing this. We're doing that. But also, there's how many millions of people watching me, and a third of them are probably creepy men. Like, I mean,
yeah, and how many are, you know, they're videotaping their kid having a tantrum, or they're playing
right,
a prank on them,
right.
and it's like really, it's like it irritates me the wisdom tooth when they film people who've had their wisdom tooth out and they're drugged up.
Film it for you all you want.
Film it for you. Don't post it
Yeah.
online because
Yeah.
most of these kids have never had anesthesia or
Right.
anything like that before, so they don't, you know, they don't know what they're doing and what they're saying. And to me, it's cruel to stick a camera in somebody's face when
That's
they're on
something my
anesthesia.
mother would have done. She used to, like, whatever. I'd get upset about something, and she would
Really,
take
Tomsky?
and then show people, like, really, what?
Working on a hoodie, and Therese is working on
A sweater.
a sweater, and Amy is working on a sweater, and Anne is working on a blanket square.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But she was also working on a shawl earlier, but you missed it, so sorry.
There you go.
Oh, you tagged 4 Teslas today? Good for you.
And what?
Are you sure you want to say that publicly? Because, you know, you guys aren't allowed to say anything in your country anymore.
Right. They might be allowed to do that, though.
But then again, his country hates Elon, so maybe,
Right. They're allowed to do that.
maybe it's okay. I don't know. I think some of these people getting their cars damaged might start fighting back, and some of them might be armed.
They need to be very careful, because did you see that woman that the guy cut her off and then got out of the car and started?
I know. Yeah, but
you do that to the wrong
but
person.
it wasn't about the Tesla though. They had a road rage incident earlier where they were both driving badly. So it wasn't about her being in a Tesla necessarily. Yeah. I read the article. There were witnesses said that they were both driving erratically. One cut the other one off. And then it escalated. So it wasn't like she said, oh, he just did it because I'm driving a Tesla. It's because they were messing around driving earlier.
I saw a sign.
I mean, she shouldn't. Still don't beat anybody up regardless.
Yeah, no,
but
let's not do that. And on like a Tesla dealership, but I don't know where it was. I'm going to guess in the South. And it said, watch your attitude when you in here. We know how to fight.
well,
It's
Yeah,
like those pictures I've seen, and I mean they may be Photoshop. I hope they're not. Where it's at a Popeyes and they have a little sign that says "We can fight at this location." So
Oh no, those are real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Popeyes is unique in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
Wow.
I don't get damaging people's property.
Especially
Total
when it has a
strangers you
camera
don't
in
know.
it that's recording.
Yeah, I
you.
mean, just a total stranger's property, you think that's okay. Yet if it was done to you, you'd pitch a fit. So I just
Especially when a year ago y'all all told us we had to get one of those.
Right. You were
yeah,
making
they were
us
all about, you know, get the electric cars, but now not that one.
Danielle
evidently.
is making my blanket pattern. I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
Wait, what?
She's making the squares for Anne's blanket pattern.
Oh.
Oh,
Good,
She-
because I
you
didn't do it. I was supposed to.
not yet. Well, Anne's got a new Intarsia person. There you
Just
go.
like the shawl I was supposed to make Fran, and I didn't.
Hey. No, I mean as far as Intarsia goes, this is the easiest Intarsia.
I need to knit a pattern for Neil in 2 weeks. Got any ideas?
Wait, what?
I got to come up with a pattern for Neil in 2 weeks. Anybody got any ideas?
What's the theme
For the next
What's
topic?
The next magazine's theme?
I don't even know what the theme is, honestly.
For the ciphers one?
Oh, ciphers. I'm writing an article for it, but I wasn't going to do a cipher pattern.
Oh, I
It's
know.
like-
That's why I wasn't doing anything for this one, because I was like, dude, I ain't got nothing for that one. Sorry.
No, there's actually a lot of
Okay,
history,
good, 'cause
historical
I
stuff.
got nothing.
But I just wasn't going to make a pattern that was a cipher. That's a little much, but I need to come up with something.
Technically, every
Fit Neil a
pattern has
Nazi
cipher.
flag. No, Neil can knit his own Nazi flag, pirate. We don't do that. He does his own thing.
Isn't every pattern a code and a cipher? So just,
Pretty
you
much.
know,
You could do like some sort of a weird stitch pattern, but you have to do a cipher to know what it is.
Or what's that?
Look,
What's
Adam even knows the name.
Yeah, there you
Even
go.
was it was the swastika. It was the swastika, basically.
Swastika,
Lost
yeah.
the cow. Yeah.
He knows what we're on about.
Yeah.
It's that illusion knitting. That's
We're gonna have
kind
to
of
Yeah.
talk into the
That would
void.
be
Adam
cool.
catches our words and saves them.
he does.
Does.
But it's got to be something small so I can,
But
get
submit
it
is
done
hard.
and written up, and so I'll figure it out.
Ooh, I've got an
It'll
idea.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. It'll probably end up being a hat because that tends to be my go-to hat or cowl, because
Well, yeah.
that way I don't have to have it test knit in different sizes and stuff. Because
Yeah, this you probably don't have to. I have an idea. It may already be in a
Okay.
magazine, but I have an idea.
well, if it's already in the magazine, then Neil.
I don't know.
won't
I don't
let
know
me
what
do
he's
it
got in
again.
there, but if somebody may have already thought of this, but I have an idea.
I don't know what he's got in there.
She doesn't read it.
I do no, but I read it, but I don't know what he has in for this coming issue.
No, he doesn't tell us unless he needs us to do whatever, or he has questions
Who
about
wants
what.
it?
And he's too busy. He's too busy trying to find somebody to organize cows for him. Evidently,
Well, it would be no fun if we knew what everything was. I mean, we
Right.
know what
Exactly.
we're testing.
yeah. And
We know
then
what
I know in June is the Make Orange Great Again.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do something
Yeah.
orange for Shark Week. I think. I
I
gotta
was
think.
thinking about that, but I don't know.
I need to get the stuff finalized for.
Need to know the theme, then I can pick what I'm going to make.
Do we know the dates
Oh.
yet, or you picked a date regardless?
Not pick the date yet. Um,
Because I thought it was in July usually.
It's
Yeah.
July.
Make him a beanie with
But
Canadian
the
cherries
orange
on it.
goes. The orange goes. Yeah.
Yeah, he already has his own felon colorway.
Mhm.
Yep.
Cherry picking felon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for Shark Week because it depends on what the theme is.
Right.
That's like 3 months away. I don't know.
I know, but
I'm trying to be
gotta plan it.
organized.
And I know
Who
the
would want
theme,
to
but
do-
I don't even know what I'm doing.
who would want to do Canadian anything? Them's the fighting words. Too bad Joe's not here. She could give her Australian opinion.
I know. I better have a whole page by now. The Force Stones alone should have given me half a page.
Too bad Joe wasn't part of that conversation. I'm sure she would have lectured him.
I can bring it back on Friday. Don't you worry.
No, I meant at the time in your posts.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Neil stole cherries in Canada.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have
He's
that colorway.
hardcore. He's a hardcore felon.
I have that colorway.
Next thing you know, it'll be mangoes and then watermelon.
Right. It's a slippery slope, man. Fruit salad everywhere.
Yeah. So, Amy, how long are you going to make this sweater? Is it going to be
I
like
don't know.
till you just get
She's
till you're just like I'm done?
Yeah. I'm looking at it going, man, my attention is not great. Like, this is why I don't do sweaters. Because I'm like, wow.
That's why blocking. That's why blocking is so
But it's
wonderful.
acrylic, so. Because it's my practice.
You can
know,
still-
so.
You can still do something.
I know.
with it.
I have a steamer, but. Actually, I
And
don't.
break that
I guess
bond
it's-
there. Break those chemical bonds, and there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 60% acrylic, 40% polyamide. What is that? Plastic?
Yeah.
plastic and other plastic.
Plastic with other plastic.
Yes.
Neil liberated those cherries like the peeps with their electronic goods in Minneapolis 2020.
Oh.
I don't even know what you're thinking, Tomsky.
I don't even want to know
What?
what to say.
You don't
No, we're
want
not
to.
going
I'm
there.
not.
We're not going there.
Oh, I'm going to have to
Yeah,
make
we've
a
al-
cocktail for the Make 'em Orange Great Again issue.
Ooh.
That goes
That's
over.
exciting.
Think about that. I need to make an Orange Great Again cocktail.
Like a creamsicle kind of thing, or
Yeah. Oh, I already put that one in there. The orange.
Well,
with the whipped cream, I already put
there
that one in.
is the orange and cream Coke. You could throw some Jack in it.
True. Now I'll make something fancy pants.
Okay.
Yeah, Pirate Adam's not Canadian. He just is
No,
unfortunately
he's just
No, he
being
just,
forced to
he
stay
just
there.
stuck to live there.
he's in
Yeah.
purgatory.
And
He's in
Pirate knows
Canadian
that.
timeout.
Yeah, when are we getting our 3 Brits again together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Our 3 British men.
Hmm
And
Entertain
Andy.
us, boys.
He's a commie.
Who's a commie?
Pretty sure Adam's not a commie.
He's
He
not a
lives by the
commie.
commies.
He's stuck in comedy.
What? I wonder if he's ever seen what's her name disturbing the police who went to Canada. I wonder if she's anywhere
Oh.
near Adam.
I don't think that's where she was going. I don't remember.
Policing the Disturbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
policing the disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
Political prisoner like Assange and Snowden. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, y'all. I'm
Just-
getting hungry.
All
I'm
right.
gonna jet soon.
Yes, we want you on a stream again.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
All right. I need to get going too. I need to eat.
I don't want to abandon Anne while she's not right there, but
I know. That's why I'm waiting for Anne to come back. There she is.
Sorry.
On.
Sorry, you're like, oh, it's about time to go. I'm like, I'm sorry, I was turning the lights on. It was getting too dark to knit.
And you're not going to sit in the dark. Come on. Enjoy the
Well,
challenge.
It's difficult.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you that. But Pirate wants to know because we said we want to stream with our 3 British men again. And now Adam's asking if it can be a Commonwealth stream with Joe Bob. I'm sure Joe Bob would
There
appreciate
you go.
that.
Oh yeah, criminals and Brits.
All the criminals.
And sometimes the criminals are Brits. No,
Or used to be. Yeah.
that's true.
That's fun. Yeah.
So. All right.
Anyway, sorry y'all.
But thank you guys. No crims.
Okay.
That means no Neil.
No, I think he means
That-
no criminals.
That's prejudicial, Pirate.
Yeah. What do you got against criminals?
Criminals
Really?
matter too.
You love them in your
Okay.
country.
Well, maybe not him personally, but transported Aussie
Look at you,
criminals.
the greater you.
Yeah, I know.
You in the UK.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. He would say you're a criminal because of the glitter.
We're going to ban glitter.
Glitter is a crime.
It is.
Or we could just send it off to the UK.
Yeah.
I'm sure Neil would love some glitter.
Don't forget to go buy cool stitch stoppers.
Oh.
They save the babies.
Oh.
I love those.
Those are adorable.
Live for the babies.
Save the babies. Glitter is magic. That's right.
It's magical.
Actually, Therese is you're a terrorist, Therese?
I'm a terrorist. I'm a glitter terrorist.
She is a glitter terrorist.
I'm pretty sure I haven't heard your government say that that's part of considered terrorism.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, Starmer would probably love it. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Well, they just got rid of knives, ninja knives now.
I know ninja swords. They don't even call them ninja swords. I mean,
Yeah.
they're katanas.
Because people carry those around all the time, don't they? Like,
But claymores and gladius and the half bastard and the 2-handed sword, those are all okay, but not the
I
ninja
wonder what
sword.
Shad thinks about that.
Ay.
Neil is fabulous enough already. He doesn't need glitter. Oh, you
Oh,
got a
might
license
get
for that
some.
glitter, mate?
He might get some.
Just imagining you, it's like, oh no, this is the seedy part of London. And instead of having pocket sand, you have pocket glitter.
Glitter.
Right in his face.
Y'all, can't you just see him with it in his beard? That would be awesome.
It'd be all sparkly.
Man, I need to send. We have this stuff like that the girls wear to parades, and there's this local store here that sells it. And it's like glitter you put right on like your cheek right here, like
Mhm.
makeup. So it's not like it's got like a gel to it.
Yeah.
So it'll
Yeah,
have
it's not
like
loose.
so there'll be like Mardi Gras ones. There's crawfish boil ones. There's LSU tiger ones. You know, like and it's got little
Crawfish boil,
pieces
what's
of.
it got? Slap your mama in it or
It
what?
has like little crawfish and little corn and little,
Oh.
Little shapes,
like,
yeah.
shapes in the glitter.
Oh, cool.
So I need to.
Or-
I need to
Evidently, lightsabers aren't allowed.
I need to go send that to Pirate. Crawfish.
Oh, well,
glitter.
we should all send it to him. Crawfish glitter. That should be a colorway
He's
name.
never gonna
And
open
do it on
package
the
from us.
There you go.
and on a sparkle base.
Crawfish glitter, Tina, get at it.
Y'all keep giving her names. She's never
I know.
gonna sleep.
Tomsky has a cutlass. Nice.
Well, pirates.
Nice.
I'm assuming not the car.
Buick. He's driving a Buick.
Resparkle my cutlass.
And if you haven't guessed,
1986,
if you haven't
so.
counted how many stitch stoppers were in blocks, this is it. This is the last day, the 31st. You gotta
No.
email
Oh
me your
yeah,
guesses.
count your stitch stuffers.
How
Before
many
you flip
pairs of
your
stitch
calendar.
stuffers in the last issue of Blocked? How many? And email them to me at twosistersandyarn.gmail, whatever. You know, it's in the magazine. And
Then whatever.
whatever.
Whatever my email address is, talk to me.
Oh,
Oh,
you love it. You love getting new names.
Oh.
Tina.
Cutlass was Oldsmobile, I guess. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
remember.
whatever. Buick Oldsmobile, they're all the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. This
Oh yeah,
April,
tomorrow's
early
April
April
1st.
be a month of fortitude. Don't get fooled tomorrow, and don't
No.
have the Europeans cry.
I swear,
Yes.
if any of you do anything to me,
I don't do April Fools.
Mm-mm.
I do not.
I laugh at them, but I don't do them.
I don't do them.
No.
So
'Cause I did see that Sour Patch put out an announcement that they were just going to be called Patch Kids now because people complain about the sour. But they're pretty sure that that was a April Fool's thing that they were doing.
Just,
Album name. I'm not sure what the band name would be, Adam, if that was the album name, and it's kind of scaring me.
Yeah, it's a punk band for sure.
It's kind of scaring me a little bit, though.
That's
Crawfish. I'm thinking of Crawfish Claws. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining the craziness, and like and subscribe,
let's see if I can
and
make
come back
things
on
the phone.
Friday,
Friday.
same
What?
time, regular time, Friday.
It's not doing
Mayhem with
anything.
Joe Bob.
Oh, we got to do
Oh,
two.
you're not.
It's
you're not doing your
anything.
heart thingy. Yeah.
Oh,
Usually it does.
I don't know.
Oh, there
Maybe
it
you're.
is.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Oh,
I forgot. No.
yeah. I don't have an iPhone, so my
Not on-
Android doesn't do that. Sorry. That's privilege, Amy.
I know. You have iPhone privilege.
I do from my
I
used.
mean, I have one, but I
from
don't
eBay.
record on it, so or stream on it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
y'all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.